Oh my God, have you soiled yourself again?
Wow. Can't believe that happened. Hey, Julie touched my booty. Oops, excuse me. I farted. I really had a cheese burrito. It's part of my ball. He was going into a utility room. I could see the side of him. I could see a baseball hat. At that time, I didn't know what was happening, but I felt, like a panic. The room, there was a knife, and I picked up the knife. At this point, I started screaming for my husband. Darren, he was upstairs with our babe.
Silly string tape.
For some, this may seem a strange thing to do in an odd place and time.
She was chewing gum. She wasn't crying. And she looked like she was enjoying the attention, quite frankly.
They wouldn't want us to be down here being sad, even though our hearts are breaking.
She didn't have the demeanor of a mother whose children had been brutally murdered a few days before.
It was when people don't know the full story and know the full facts, you judge. That looked terrible. Wait, you don't. I got a close-up of your breast. You couldn't believe the things I saw on TV because I knew Darlie to wear quite a bit of makeup to dress up when they went out. And they depicted her as a selfish, materialistic person, them to a cold, sadistic killer. And all it...
It's February 15th, 1971, and law officers are shocked to find 3 of their own murdered in the high weeds along the banks of the Trinity. Another officer was shot and left to die. A 5th managed to escape. The case makes headlines as a manhunt is launched, and the suspects are captured.
We, the jury, having previously found the defendant Leonardo Ramos Lopez guilty of murder with malice aforethought, now assess his punishment at death.
Rene Adolfo Guzman and Leonardo Ramos Lopez were convicted and originally sentenced to the electric chair. That was overturned, but each received lengthy prison sentences. It's 20 years later, and that case is once again making headlines, not because of the shots that rang out next to the Trinity, but because one of the men convicted in that massacre and given 3 life sentences has now been released on parole. Because of a paperwork foul-up, Dallas didn't know Lopez was up for parole. He was released in December.
A person who would do that to those 5 deputies would have done it to anyone, even their own family.
Sheriff Jim Bowles was a Dallas police officer then and says Lopez should never have been released.
It's a threat to any of you, because if they would do that to those persons then, and now they're on the loose, what'll they do to the next guy who tries to catch them?
It's got us quite upset. In fact, I understand some of the statements by Lopez was that he would kill him again.
Lieutenant Jim Cron helped investigate the case and has no doubt Lopez is still dangerous. He says it's a shame a paperwork foul-up could let hideous memories of 1971 come to the surface 20 years later. Brian Mylar, Texas News 5.
I believe there was no intruder, an argument so convincing some jurors...
Want to make of the testimony from James Cron. I think that was the equivalent of a Michael Jordan slam dunk in this case. Want to make of the testimony from James Cron. I think that was the equivalent of a Michael Jordan slam dunk in this case.